your casting area?
This is where I do the plaster mess.
Right. Okay. Because it's by a sink. You've got access to water, and you can pour your plaster down there and ruin your plumbing.
And ruin the plumbing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I only asked because you had your sculpting stuff next door.
But
by the big window.
Yeah, because it's nice and warm there, and I can sit
in the kitchen.
Sculpt.
There's an armchair here. Is that waiting to be used for something?
Probably not. That was an early version. There's a problem, you see, with all of these things. You start making it, and then you think, hang on, how big's his ankle going to be? If I've covered that with something, you know, everything starts to get huge, and you've also got to have a joint in the foot, and then you need a hold down. So that's where a bolt will go into it. So you've got all these different things to consider, and I started off making it, and I just thought, do you know, in the end, this takes so long, and I can knock out something from that mould in less than a day from scratch, making the armature and making the silicone. I do what I call the overfill method, which is basically that you put your armature in, you fill up as much as you can in there, and then you whack it together quickly. Yeah. Not whack, gently put it together quickly, and then because the silicone's still liquid, it will flow down. But you've got most of the mould filled, and then you just put a little bit in the top. The danger is if you try to fill it all from the top, that it'll have set before it's completely filled, or there'll be a big air bubble trapped or something. Better to overdo it, overfill it.
And this will sound really stupid, but when you've got them open, does the wire armature hold itself in the centre of your mould because of these little registration points that you put in the outside?
Yes.
So that's what holds the skeleton
but
central
also,
to the actual mould shape.
Yeah, but before you put the armature in, you coat the mould with a layer of silicone. I started off with the first head, and then which is a silicone head, and I wanted to reproduce that and then adapt it to come up with this one here.
So you made a silicone mould onto silicone. Yeah. This really cool technique, which Simon's just shown me, which is amazing, is that you stick the eyeballs onto that first. Yeah. And then put it together, pour
the stuff in to the hot clay. So this is Chavant clay, and here's one with the eyeballs in. So they're actually already in on the wire, and then that one is ready for silicone to go in. So silicone goes ideally into the plaster, into the hard one.
This is plaster.
Don't drop it.
And I won't drop it. and I noticed the brick-like effect on the outside, which tells me that you've used Lego to make the walls around the other construction toys are available.
And this is a 3-part mould because I've got a very deep chin, so I've got an extra piece here which fits in, and then the third piece fits on top. So Marius has done this.
Marius leg.
And that goes in a frame. I've made a little MDF frame for it. That's the saint with his floating pasty. And then he has a moment just before Tregagle bursts through, when we thought we'd just do a just a little These are some of the things. So there's the church and the house, the blacksmith's smithy. That was in the shot.
From the Hellhound shot.
That's right. Yeah. So these are some props I've been making.
Toys. And mini tankards.
Yeah, they're turned on the lathe.
You turn these?
Yeah.
Baskets of veg
and fish.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, they're good.
And then there's little things like rakes, and I mean that's just toothpicks and stuff. And then that's plasticard, which I put into a mould to shape. Yeah.
So you just sculpted it, put it in a cast, and then heated the plasticard and pushed it into them.
I was saying downstairs about making the body, and so that's the body of Tregagle, and so that's all in silicone, and it's with wire, and it's fantastically flexible, and the whole thing works beautifully. And then the idea is that the hands can be fitted on, the arms can be fitted on. So
I'm not going to make him swear at you. No. Don't worry. So you turn that yourself on your lathe.
Yeah. And then this is MDF. It's
not very padded, is it? I mean...
Well, it is. It looks nice. It looks alright.
I'm saying it's not too comfortable for them, that's all. You know.
Well, no, but you see how I've just sort of sanded it to give it that
it looks
look.
Like it's been sanded.
It just looks sort of... You know, you don't want it too rectilinear.
That's why when I touched it, my immediate response is, "Oh, it's not padded."
It's not very padded. It looks like it should, because it looks like it ought to be. That's the pasty cart, and these are just salt dough pasties, and I think some of them come off, don't they? Here we go. I mean, I've done this shot, and
salt dough's awesome, isn't it, for food?
It's great. Yeah, it's lovely. So the next shot is going to be the servants carrying him across in the sedan chair. So they come across a sign, and underneath we'll have a caption saying Cornwall. So it says Bardman, Snozzle and Nuki. Snazzle.
Oh, it's an arsel.
Snazzle.
Right, okay, got you now.
On the grounds that you couldn't spell in the 17th century. That's the
blacksmith shop.
That's for the blacksmith's thing. So that's a bellows which is powered overhead, so that you have a thing that lifts it up and the chap pulling on the rope.
So have you? Do you have something? How are you going to animate that then?
With a piece of rope, with a piece of string, so we can pull it up and down. They pass the signpost, and in the distance is a gibbet.
Yep.
With a body on it.
You say gibbet.
So,
that's interesting. It's just that opinion seems to be divided on the pronunciation. I've met so many different people that say gibbet or gibbet, and it's just really interesting. You say gibbet.
I say gibbet.
You say gibbet. I say gibbet.
So, and that's just
a solid piece. He's not going to move.
Yeah, no, he's not going to move. That's just done in.
He's having a great old time, isn't he?
In Fimo.
Yeah.
Again, and then this is all plasticard. These bits, so they're all quite weak.
Lift the veil.
Ooh.
Look at that! Oh!
One up there. Yeah, there's two up there. There's another one right up the top. There we go. There's a woman there.
Oh, so are these all like villagers, and with the exception of the Christmas laddie?
Yeah. The magistrate with the wig on.
Yeah.
He's the new magistrate. He's the replacement for Tregeagle.
Okay, and another really important question: can we play with them?
Yeah.
Yay! Can I want to play with the judge?
I'll just hold this.
Sorry.
I
want to play with this one. Look. That costume's brilliant, Simon.
Well, yeah.
The chains.
I see. That's the
chain
slowly.
for his...
I mean, that's not done. This was actually made for us by somebody, and she sort of got most of the way with it, but it's not completely done. But he's quite fun.
Legs.
He's only actually going to be seen from the waist up.
Little legs in his belly.
But, I put some rings on his fingers and stuff, and he's got
You've got some
pins
bling in
and
there.
You've even got a little groove for his glasses to go on his nose.
Yeah.
Oh. I like the fact that the costume has wire in the seams so that you can
but we
hold
haven't finished it off yet. You see, the problem is you've got to give it that drape, that sense of weight.
Yeah.
You know that gravity's working on it. So,
but this is the costume though. I think like really scaled really well.
It's not too bad
for this one. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. He's an amazingly minor character, but never mind. I nicknamed him Piggy as well for obvious reasons.
One of the things I love about animation, I know you and I have spoken about this before, is that even a minor thing, or like a tiny shot where there's going to be a tiny little thing in the background, ends up becoming really fascinating. There's something about it because animators spend so much time staring at one frame. It gives them all the time to fill in lots of detail or make some funny pun in the background, and you see that in Aardman. I know we've spoken about that. Aardman, all the posters in the background of a scene will have brilliant puns written on them.
Tiny details.
Yeah, and I love that.
Hopefully, people will want to watch the thing again. To watch the film again, to catch something else from it.
Absolutely.
And for me, it actually feeds back into live action filming, because actually you do need to put in all those details. You do need to have those things, not just let them happen by chance.
Yeah.
But you need to make sure that you've got stuff that's really interesting, and
every
element is working for you.
Are those the children then at the bottom? You said there was a child that gets knocked over by the sedan chair.
So
that's some upholstery foam again for the flesh out the body.
Right. Yeah. So again, that's a fairly early one. But this one here, this is the waif, and she's already featured, and maybe she's the one to get knocked over. But she's actually really rather gorgeous, and I don't know, without sort of trying, she's got a lot of quite a sort of wistful expression.
Yeah.
And she's so tiny. But I did some blinks on her, but I did them all in Photoshop.
Right.
I tried doing it with clay, and it was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
She's actually not got any feet. Poor little thing. So you can see that's milliput, and that just creates the legs, the bones, if you like, and then you can I could put some feet onto that. I think the mistakes are part of it because they say somebody touched this, somebody made it happen.
Looks like the original King Kong.
Yeah.
When
his
King
fur
Kong's
is
climbing,
boiling.
you see the fur's boiling from all from where
I
people
always
touched it
like
and
to
all the
think
fur's bouncing around.
I always like to think it's the fleas.